Good evening and welcome to Biz RoundUp. I'm Tamiru Nimsal, and we at Art Television bring you a collection of business highlights. Let's have a look at the headlines. Central Bank advocates for improved financial literacy in the country. Government plans to create single window for investment and export facilitation. Tea traders express concerns regarding the minimum wage hike for plantation workers. News in detail. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka has taken a significant step towards enhancing financial literacy in the country by launching the Financial Literacy Roadmap of Sri Lanka at an event held in Colombo recently. Developed as a cornerstone for Sri Lanka's national financial inclusion strategy, the roadmap aims to improve the financial capabilities of people across the nation. It offers evidence-based guidance to stakeholders engaged in financial literacy initiatives, aligning them towards a common objective of enhancing financial behavior and resilience among Sri Lankans.
The roadmap sets out to foster financial inclusion, enhance consumer protection, and fortify financial stability in Sri Lanka. The roadmap encourages informed and responsible usage of diverse financial products available in the local market. It also emphasizes the importance of shaping the financial mindset of future generations in today's economic landscape. Completing the roadmap is a comprehensive action plan collectively agreed upon by financial literacy stakeholders, outlining their respective roles and responsibilities for effective implementation. Furthermore, the United Nations Development Programme stands as a vital partner, providing technical expertise and financial support for the realization of this initiative.
Speaking at the launching event, United Nations Development Programme's resident representative in Sri Lanka, Asusa Kubota, expressed commitment to creating a sustainable financial situation in Sri Lanka. She said the UNDP will advocate for financial literacy and wider financial inclusion within the country with the help of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka.
Financial inclusion is positioned prominently as an enabler of the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, where it is featured as a target in 8 of the 17 goals. Additionally, in SDG 17 on strengthening the means of implementation, there is an implicit role for greater financial inclusion through savings, mobilization for investment, and consumption that can spur economic growth. Therefore, advocating for higher financial literacy is another important facet in all of UN's efforts for a more sustainable Sri Lanka. UNDP, together with the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, aims to extend the reach of financial information and financial markets where they would otherwise not go. In particular, through this partnership, UNDP aims to target women, already mentioned, based on the growing evidence that access to savings leads to positive economic outcomes for women, including increasing productivity and profits and greater investment in their businesses. We'd like to incorporate this financial inclusion program in our existing activities, focusing on integrated water management, agriculture activities, social protection, and livelihoods, so that it will be a boost for all the investments we are making.
Sri Lanka's National Consumer Price Index has seen a year-on-year increase in inflation to 2.7% in April 2024, following a 2.5% drop in March. Department of Census and Statistics presented this information in a report published recently. The NCPI for all items for April 2024 stand at 208.2, a decrease of 1.8 index points or 0.89% from March 210. Food group inflation increased to 3.3% in April, up from 5% in March, contributing 1.43% to the overall inflation rate compared to April 2023. Non-food group inflation rose to 2.3% in April from 0.7% in March, adding 1.28% to the inflation rate. The increase in non-food inflation was driven by price hikes in alcoholic beverages, tobacco and narcotics by 0.47%, education by 0.41%, miscellaneous goods and services by 0.08%. However, there were price decreases in clothing and footwear by -0.06%, housing and utilities by 0.71%, and household equipment by -0.01%. The moving average inflation for April was recorded at 5.2%, down from 7.2% in March, indicating a broader trend of slowing inflation despite the month-to-month variations. State Minister of Finance Ranjit Siembalapitiya clarified that the recent Gazette issue, which mandates the disclosure of property details to the Inland Revenue Department, is not new but a reinstatement of an existing law. Speaking to the media, Minister Siembalapitiya emphasized that this measure is the government's right to obtain necessary information for revenue purposes and will not retroactively affect past transactions.
Starting July 1st, relevant institutions including the Land Registry Department, Company Registry Department, Stock Market, Bank and non-bank financial institutions and Motor Transport Department are required to provide property details to the IRD. Minister Siembalapitiya stated that this move is part of broader efforts to reform the country's tax system and improve government's revenue without imposing undue burden on citizens. Highlighting the tax revenue composition, he pointed out that only 20% comes from direct taxes, while significant 80% is derived from indirect taxes, disproportionately affecting the general population. Assuring the public, he stated that at a time when society is oppressed, there is no intention to go back to the past and look for information and implement these laws to oppress the people further.
Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Chairman of the Board of Investment Dinesh Veerakodi announced the establishment of a new economic commission in Sri Lanka aiming to strengthen the investment climate and enhance national competitiveness. Veerakodi emphasized that the economic commission's objective is to create a single window which will provide clarity on the roles of institutions involved in investment and export facilitation. He said the national policy on economic transformation will set GDP growth to reach 5% per annum by 2027, with a further increase of 5% from then on. Veerakodi said that foreign direct investments is targeted to reflect 5% of GDP by 2030, shifting towards export-oriented goods and services by 2040. Veerakodi highlighted the need for a serious transformation, focusing on the regulatory environment, taxation policies, and improved governance in decision-making. Veerakodi said that the proposed act will create entities such as Economic Commission, Investment Zones, Office for International Trade, National Productivity Commission, Institute of Economics and International Trade. The Sri Lanka Export Development Board, in collaboration with the Institute for Future Creations, launched the Creative Sri Lanka 2030 project to promote ethical and sustainable manufacturing. The launch event held at the EDB head office last week brought together key stakeholders from the government, private sector and civil society to celebrate the initiative.
The Creative Sri Lanka 2030 project aims to increase the export of value-added niche products, enabling the industry to significantly contribute to the nation's economic development. The global creative industry, recognized for its rapid growth and substantial role in GDP contributions, is a key focus of this initiative. The research conducted by the TIFC and the UAL on Sri Lanka's crafting potential highlights the need for innovation, collaboration, and education in the sector. The creative industry will also be showcased at the Textile and Apparel Fashion Exhibition in London, supported by the Sri Lanka Apparel Sourcing Association, Joint Apparel Association Forum, and the Sri Lankan High Commission in the UK.
The High Commissioner of Sri Lanka to Singapore, Senarath Dissanayake, met with a team of officials at the Sri Lankan High Commission recently. During the meeting, High Commissioner Dissanayake highlighted the challenges Sri Lanka faces in border control. Singapore's Immigration Checkpoint Authority agreed to visit Sri Lanka from May 26th to 31st.
The visit aims to explore opportunities for collaboration in enhancing Sri Lanka's immigration system by integrating advanced technology and achieving standards similar to those of Singapore. ICA Deputy Director Fuad Shiv, who leads the ICA team to Sri Lanka, briefed the High Commissioner on the transformation journey of the ICA and their planned engagements with Sri Lankan authorities. He explained that this visit is a preliminary step to understanding the border control systems in Sri Lanka and conveyed ICA's readiness to assist in improving their border management capabilities. An introductory meeting between High Commissioner Dissanayake and ICA Commissioner Marvin Sim was held earlier to discuss the potential collaboration between the two immigration authorities.
Stay tuned. We will return after the short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Lanka GPT is set to launch Sigiriya AI, a revolutionary text-based platform designed to support both Sinhala and Tamil languages, along with their various dialects and regional nuances. This innovative tool, developed by a diverse team spanning Sri Lanka, the United States and Dubai, will officially launch in July 2024. Lanka GPT announced the launch of Sigiriya AI at an event held in Colombo on Monday. Sigiriya AI leverages an extensive collection of proprietary datasets, including 10 billion Sinhala and 10 billion Tamil datasets, developed in collaboration with numerous academic institutions. The platform aims to make a significant impact not only within Sri Lanka, but also in regions with substantial Sri Lankan populations such as the Middle East, Canada and Australia. Additionally, Sigiriya AI recognizes the vast Tamil-speaking communities worldwide, including those in India, Singapore, Malaysia and other Southeast Asian countries. Lanka GPT co-founder Lakshita Karunaratne emphasized the role of Sigiriya AI in enhancing economic landscape by offering it free of charge to education, agriculture and healthcare. Tea industry veterans have issued a stark warning that the Ceylon tea brand could suffer irreparable damage in international markets if the government enforces a 70% minimum wage hike for plantation workers. Tea industry veterans issued this warning at a special media briefing held in Colombo recently.
Former chairman of the Colombo Tea Traders Association, Anselm Pereira, described the wage hike as the fourth major crisis for the Ceylon tea industry since Sri Lanka's independence. Spokesperson for the Planters Association of Ceylon, Dr. Roshan Rajadure, noted that the wage hike could increase the cost of production for tea and rubber by at least 45% per kilogram. Dr. Rajadure indicated that the RPCs had agreed to a minimum wage of 1,380 rupees and a 50% increase in the per kilogram rate after negotiations with President Ranil Wickremesinghe. The Planters Association advocates for a shift to a productivity-linked wage model or revenue share model which align worker compensation with productivity and revenue. Comparing productivity, the daily plucking average in Sri Lanka is 18 kilograms per day, far below the 45 to 60 kilogram in Kenya and other parts of India.
Speaking at the event, the chairman of the Colombo Tea Traders Association, Sanjay Herat, said that consensus for an appropriate wage hike should be reached through consultation of the entire value chain.
As the exporters, we find that although there is a lot of demand for Ceylon tea, due to the world economic situation, people are looking at cheaper alternatives. We are not against the wage hike at all. We need to work out a sustainable model through consultation, compromise, and also arrive at a consensus with the entire value chain, as we need to look at, as the head table, especially the chairman of PA mentioned, a revenue sharing model or a productivity model. We sincerely hope the authorities as well as the producer fraternity could strike a balance in order to make this industry sustainable. I think that is the word. So we are blessed. The Ceylon tea can be taken to any part of the world within 4 weeks, right? And if we get maybe the tea at a correct price, I think we are there. So I think we are we are an industry which earns more than over $1.3 billion. We can easily go up further, but the most important thing is the sustainability of this industry.
With that, we wind up for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. See you tomorrow with State of Business at 7:45 p.m. Take care and good night.